Cult members, and welcome to the Pop Culture Cult. I'm Sean.
I'm Janice.
And welcome to our new series called Now We Know, where we go back and watch old trailers to see if they told us anything, if they hold up, if they hinted at things, or if they completely
misdirected,
misled us, all that kind of stuff. And we're starting with the MCU movies. We are now on to Captain America, the First Avenger.
Yep.
The next to last movie in Phase 1 of the MCU. And so far, very mixed, we've done Iron Man, Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 2, and Thor, and each one has been very different. And
right, because they were still they hadn't quite put that MCU.
This is the style.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
Yeah. They're different in a couple situations, different studios and different directors, and so yeah.
And this is I talked about this with Iron Man 2. This is also one of my favorite of the MCU movies. I actually like this one a lot more than Winter Soldier. And
right, and this is the last one before we then get Avengers, which we may or may not have actually understood at this point in time.
Yeah.
So this could be interesting.
And we're saying that because we as a couple, as people, weren't comic book people, and we were learning as we were going along with all of these Marvel movies, and so we understood that there was some stuff that was important, but we didn't understand the importance of how big some of the stuff that they were doing.
And I just don't know if they had even, now or a few years ago, people knew, right? This one's coming out, and then this one's coming, because they would go to Comic-Con
and show you the docket,
show you, a roadmap of where they were going. And so I just don't remember that whether or not we knew that this was leading into Avengers.
Yeah.
At that point in time,
maybe we did, but I've been hit in the head a couple times since there, and so I don't know what's happening. So here we go. Here's Now We Know trailer editions, Marvel MCU, Captain America, the First Avenger, and go. Gonna do a full title apparently. 10 million views, by the way.
Roger, Steven.
He's so little.
Just give me a chance. Sorry, son. I'm saving your life.
The way they did that, it's Paramount again.
General
Yep.
Patton has said that wars are fought with weapons, but they are won by men.
We just don't know when to give up, do we?
Foreshadowing.
Also foreshadowing.
Greatest army in history.
I know.
Look, I know you don't think I can do this.
This isn't a back alley, Steve. It's war.
But every army begins with one man.
5 tries in 5 different cities. I can offer you a chance.
He will be the first in a new breed of super soldiers.
Because the weak men knows the value of strength, knows the value of power.
That wasn't so bad.
That was penicillin.
We are going to win this war because we have the best men.
Now, Mr. Stark.
Nay,
Not
who
the
personally
first
will
Howard,
head off
the first Stark.
to the gates of hell.
That's not in the trailer, or not in the movie.
I'm okay.
Upgrades.
How do you feel?
It's all
The task won't be simple.
Who the hell are you? The first of many.
A lot of this is from the first
Enemy
part of the movie.
is
Yep.
not what you expect.
Huh.
It's cool they show it, but they only get a flash of it. That's
Yep.
cool.
I don't know if I can do this. This is one of your choice.
Guess I'm the girl again.
Yep.
What do you think?
I think it works.
It works.
Hmm.
Yeah.
There was a lot. There's a lot in that, but not really. Like like almost all of that trailer is the first half of the movie.
Right. Yeah. And again with the a lot of stuff from just one little section.
Yeah.
Like the Iron Man and the Thor have all been like that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you can tell the Paramount versus Universal, the Hulk.
And this is really when Marvel Studios was really doing a lot of the actual control of everything.
Yeah.
A lot of the control of the advertising and the storytelling and stuff like that. And Paramount was just the distributor pretty much at this point in time.
Right.
And
Right.
I think it's after Avengers or before Avengers. It's right around when Avengers happened that Marvel becomes its own thing, and then shortly thereafter it gets bought up by Disney and stuff. And
And then all get, yep.
And then Disney pretty much just says, "Cool, do your thing."
Yeah.
And
It's making money.
It's making money, so do your thing. And I just in this trailer, just like the flash of Red Skull, no real mention of Hydra, although knowing now what we know, which is the whole reason for the series. Now that we know, there's hints and stuff in the backgrounds of the guy getting punched out by Rogers, who was at the meeting and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And kind of saying like, first of many, and but not saying the line of bite off one head, two more will grow, or whatever.
Right.
Like a lot of that, which Hydra is a huge part of this section of the MCU.
Yeah.
Specifically for Captain America, but it rolls into Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and it rolls into a little bit of the Avengers. And
I was going to point that out in the second Iron Man trailer reaction and forgot, and now I remembered, Gary Sandling's character, the senator.
Yeah.
I noticed his lapel pin was different than everybody else sitting around him. They all
I
had
didn't
like
look at that, yeah.
like a circle, and then his, I couldn't tell what it was, but it was smaller and different.
Yeah. It might have been the Hydra pin.
Well,
At this point in time, Hydra wasn't known in the
right,
streets.
but
Kind of.
yeah, I mean, his lapel pin was different.
Yeah,
So-
that's a nice little touch. The them in this trailer saying, the reason that Rogers gets picked, they don't say it, but they are showing the reason that Rogers gets picked is because he's a good person,
Right.
and then becomes the super soldier with the super serum, and that serum is what they try to do later on, and that's Banner was working on it, and that's how the Gamma stuff happened, and he becomes Hulk and whatever. But like just the idea of them laying out in front of you, like, this is the reason why he gets picked, and then they show, it's World War II, and they talk about Hitler, and they talk about stuff, but Hitler is nothing for this whole. It's all about
Right.
Red Skull and Hydra and stuff like that, but
Right.
they don't have really any mention of that other than the flash of Red Skull for the moment.
Right. Yep.
And a lot of the tropes that become like jokes and stuff like that with Captain America specifically are laid out in this movie, but they're also kind of shown in this in the trailer, like him picking up the shield. I can do this all day.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
It ends up being a joke as they go along because it becomes such important part of his character.
Yeah.
And you also get that feel at Endgame when he puts the shield back on and
Yep.
stuff.
There was a couple spots. Now, again, these are trailers, and sometimes the effects have not been fully baked. But there was a couple of times when him being shrunk down, you could tell.
Yeah.
Especially against, like, the background was kind of weird.
Yeah, like it wasn't completely finished yet.
Finished. Yeah. Again.
And the scene where his head kind of pops into the capsule as he's getting
as he grows.
That scene's not in the
not
movie.
In the movie. Yep. This is also where you get young Howard Stark, who plays a big part in especially the show. I'm trying to think of
Agent Carter.
Agent Carter. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was big in that show.
Yeah, this one was interesting. I think I like this of all the trailers so far. I think this might be my favorite of the trailers.
Yeah.
because it's also one of my favorite movies, and so that kind of helps. But
Yeah.
just the here's a bunch of really cool stuff, not really telling you anything, which
Yeah.
is what I really appreciate from trailers.
But it sets up this is going to be in World War II,
Yeah,
and here's
yeah.
kind of the feel of the movie. Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's our thoughts on our new series of trailer reactions called Now We Know, and this one was Captain America: The First Avenger. What did you guys think? Was there something we missed? Be nice. Tell us in the comments. Like this video. Hit subscribe, the subscribe button, and the bell for notifications. Also follow us on all the Instagram, Facebook, Twitter pages. All those links are in the description down below. And until next time, if we don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.